Desperate times call for desperate measures, and in nearly 200 episodes, this is the first time I've ever recorded without wearing any shoes or socks. I feel it's the only option I've got. We haven't won a game in 8 games. We're rubbish. We're not good enough for the National League. I tried lots of different tactics. I tried changing players. What I didn't try was taking off my shoes and socks. So, fingers crossed, today will be the day we turn the form around. Hello and welcome to part 12 of the Bolton battle. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode we've got 2 games in the Conference National. One at home against Staines, one away against Aldershot, but it's not going very well. Since you were last with me, we've played quite a lot of games actually. You were here for the 3-3 draw on the first day of the season where we threw it all away against Farnborough. Since then, it's been odd. Ridiculous scorelines. We lost 6-3 at home to Telford. That was the day that I decided to bin off the 4-3-1-2 formation. We went back to the 3-5-2 that got us promoted. And it looked like it had worked for a little while. We drew 1-1 away against Ilkeston, beat Dulwich Hamlet, beat Colwyn Bay, and then we lost 5 games in a row. Around about here, we went back to the 4-3-1-2. That didn't work. Around about here, we went back to the 3 at the back again. I think for that game, we tried dropping to a flat 3 in midfield as well. But it was rubbish, and actually we switched back to the normal attacking version about 15 minutes in, so I didn't even give it a chance, and that's when we got our 2 goals. So it's quite a desperate run of form at the moment, and I don't think we're this bad. I think we should be better than this. Andrew Freeman, who's come in as a supposedly squad player right back, is keeping Johnson out the side because he's already on 9 assists in 12 games for a team that can't win a match. So we have 2 very good right backs, it seems, but we are hovering just outside the relegation zone on alphabetical order. Something needs to change. It needs to change now. We're persisting with this formation for a little while longer. If anyone has got any ideas, I would love to hear them, because I'm worried I might get sacked, and that would be a less interesting series than obviously me taking Bolton back to their highest ever league position. So, the team today, we've got Agito in goal, Grayson, Curtis and Collins as the back 3. I think you've met all of them. If you haven't, they all came in over the summer. They're all very similar. They're old and slow and probably a big part of the problem. Then we've got Lamb and Freeman as our wing-backs. Martin, Glover and Quinn in midfield, all of which you know from previous episodes. And then Abbott and Mitchell up front. Chris Priest, finding it hard to find his feet at this level, starts the game on the bench. So, we're going attacking. It's the exact same system that got us promoted. It was the system that won me 2 Manager of the Month awards last season. It's the system that got us the cup run to the second round of the FA Cup. It's the system we won the playoffs with. I don't really know why we only played it for about 3 months of the season, because every time we played it, good things happened. It's also the system that turned around this season initially and got us 7 points out of 9. But then it's also the system that made us not win for 8 games either. So it's obviously not just some kind of blessed system that always does really well. We're struggling a lot at the moment. And I mean, that said it all. Abbott just hitting the ball to no one at all in particular. Mitchell's alongside him with the potential to score an absolute hatful of goals. But as you can see, we're getting tackles in, but we're never, ever first to that second ball. And because of that, we're 1-0 down after only 3 minutes. We're at home. I don't know how good Staines are. Probably not very. And it's going to be a long season. It feels like we're repeating Boston all over again. And it's even worse than that, because with Boston, at least for the first half of the season, it looked like we might have a chance of staying up. With Bolton, not so much. We are absolutely in a tailspin. We've now fallen into the relegation zone after 13 games. And we just don't look like winning a match. Worryingly, the goals have dried up, but we're still conceding them for fun. I've started fiddling with the system. I know I'm back to a more familiar one today, but I am fiddling when you're not there, and now we're scoring own goals as well. I mean, I'm tempted to just sort of tear it all up and try again, but we can't do anything like 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1. We haven't got any wide players. I deliberately didn't bring any in because I expected to be playing 3-5-2 or 4-3-1-2. And now neither of them are working. I guess one option we could try is the diamond. Daddy used it a little bit at Ipswich. I mean, clearly this formation is just a ridiculous joke that doesn't work. How did it do so well last year with inferior players? We get promoted. The system initially does really well. And then we're playing against trash like Staines. And we're making them look like Barcelona. I mean, confidence is obviously at a low. Yes, you're frustrated. Yes, you're furious. I hope so. Shout at each other. Oh, right. There's no point sticking with this system for the second half. So, let's go to that one, but then drag him back. It's Collins we can put into a defensive midfielder. I mean, do we try this? We could try this. Lamb can't play left back, so Foley can come on for him. And we'll give this a go. I don't know if this is going to be any better. It's the system that Father Dearest used with Ipswich when they finished second in the Premier League. It's the system that won the Europa League and the FA Cup twice. Obviously, Bolton are going to make it look like absolute rubbish because we just don't have the players. But we should have. I brought in too many players. I know that's what it is. We're still only competent with any of these tactics because we brought in too many players. They're taking too long to gel. These tactics that we were fluid with initially, fluid with at the end of last season, we're now just struggling to play, even though there are a lot of the same players, and I don't really get it. It feels like I'm being picked on by Football Manager. Why is it still only competent now, a quarter of the way through the season? No, the new players are in. We were never as low as competent last year. We started off accomplished when I came to the club and brought the tactic in afresh. How on earth can we still be competent now when half the squad are the same players? I just don't understand. Glover can go up front. Webster, I mean, really, who cares? I guess the diamond has been a bit of an improvement. We're not conceded a goal in the second half. Admittedly, Staines probably aren't trying. And really worryingly, they've not had a clear-cut chance. We are just not getting the run of the game at the moment. 'Cause if you look at those stats and take the goals out of the equation, we've had twice as many shots on target. We've had more possession, more corners. But we've lost 3-0 at home. And that keeps happening. Right. Relegation battle coming up now against Aldershot. They're 23rd. We must win that, or I'm worried. So, diamonds seem to work in the second half. Let's do it again from the start. Few changes. Few players you've not yet met as well. Nathan Lawless is a name I actually remember from being around in the Man City under-18s last season, or season before, whenever it was. I was at City. Season before last, wasn't it? He came in on a free transfer this summer. Hasn't really done anything earth-shattering yet, but he's only 18. I have high hopes for him. He comes in to the box-to-box midfield role alongside Jordan Allen, who's now returning from injury. Quinn stays in the attacking midfield role, but Nick Webster is going to be playing as the defensive midfielder, who came in came in on a free transfer from Doncaster. I think you've probably met him before as well. Foley comes back in at left back. We're going with Barker and Curtis as our centre backs. We're playing Freeman as a wing back, just to keep him in these kind of areas, getting crosses in. And we're giving Chris Priest a try alongside Dave Mitchell today because Abbott was rubbish in the last game. So let's get into it. Can't emphasise enough how much this is a must-win game. If we have a look, there's a gap forming. We're 3 points adrift in the relegation zone. Even a win today, we could find ourselves still in the relegation zone. If we lose today, we're going to be 3 points behind Aldershot, and it's all going to start looking very worrying. And Aldershot are favourites as well. I mean, this is... how's it come to this so soon? The only positive is, I guess... it's given us a little bit of time to turn it around. Please, can we turn it around? Because that'd be nice, wouldn't it? No one wants to see a relegation. How often do you see a relegation in a YouTube series? I managed it in Non-League to Legend, but jumped ship, so you never had to see us back down in the lower division again. That's not an option this time. The Bolton battle continues until I've either been sacked or we're back in the Premier League. What have I set myself up for here? Right, Quinn with the chance to cross. He finds Allen, who, I mean, we're still sloppy with our passing. We've had a clear-cut chance, finally. It's the first time in about 4 games, but we've not managed to convert it, and the passing is just sloppy. I don't know what our pass completion is like at the moment, but what's that, about 60%, not good enough. Quinn out to Freeman. Freeman with the cross, and Mitchell is in, and Mitchell was offside. He's our top goal scorer this season. Been scoring lots of goals like he did last time he was on loan at Bolton, but he's not scored in about 4 or 5 games now. Freeman again with the cross. Priest was there, and was that Mitchell? Mitchell has scored this time. My arms aren't up in the air. Here they come. Yes. 8th goal of the season. We're 1-0 up. What an important goal this might turn out to be at the end of the season. So, cross comes in for Freeman. Priest just sort of runs into his man, and it finds its way back out to Freeman, who hits it back in first time, and Mitchell just nods it past their keeper, who's basically invisible to me because I'm red-green colourblind, and I understand there's some red going on in the short area. Very confusing. Right. I mean, we're not playing too badly, are we? I guess Aldershot are probably even worse than we are. And as feared, even if the game finishes like this, we're still going to be in the relegation zone. So we're still going to have lots of work to do. We need a run of wins to get us up to mid-table. We need to get to that 50 points that the media keep talking to me about. We're miles away from doing it at the moment. And more sloppy passing. I mean, Freeman's good, but he's not that good. He's not going to get on the end of a pass like that. And it's 1-1. I mean, what's just happened there? Free kick comes in. We're just not marking. I mean, he's the first man. Why is their player the first man? Why have we not got someone this side of him? It's just sloppy defending. And pile of sloppy defending on top of the sloppy passing. And we're throwing away another 3 points here. We've done it 2 or 3 times already this season. We've been in winning positions and just thrown it away. I'm blaming the fact that we're only part-time. Yes, Mitchell's in again. But I guess that applies to Aldershot as well. I can't imagine them being full-time. I mean, forget your stupid offside flag there. I'm glad that's been allowed. He's already scored a hat-trick, and you've disallowed one of them. Let's not try and disallow another, especially when you've got 2 players playing him onside. And that's a lovely finish from Dave Mitchell. I'd love to be able to sign him permanently. I don't think it's ever going to be an option because he's scoring for fun at such a young age. Why would anyone let him go until he's had a chance to fulfil potential? I can't even remember where he is. He plays for, us at the moment. He's on loan from Shrewsbury. Yeah, I mean, why are they going to let him go with a goal record like that? He's only 18. One for the future, definitely. Right, Priest not played well. Abbott comes on for him. Quinn has also not really played well, but I don't have anyone to come on for him. That's an oversight, isn't it? Allen can come off though because he's coming back from an injury, and we'll swap Martin and Lawless over. Give Lawless a little bit more of a free roam to go forward. In fact, Lawless could have gone into the attacking midfield role, and I could have taken off Quinn. Oops, I'll do that in a minute because I think a couple of these centre backs can play central midfield, so we'll use that as our way to get Quinn off. Although Quinn finds Mitchell, and it's quickly out to Abbott, who just halts the move completely. But Mitchell's in. I mean, it just sort of bobbled to him, and he had the chance. That's the second clear-cut chance of the game, and he could have put the game out of sight, but didn't. Right, Much is going to come on for Quinn now, and we're just going to move everyone back a little bit. So, is it Barker who can play in midfield? It is. He's going to go there. And that's what we're aiming for. Are they the right way around? Makes absolutely no difference. Right. We're staying attacking. We're not fiddling. We fiddle a little bit with personnel, but you've already seen me this season make the mistake of going defensive. So, in a winning position and throwing it away again. Oh, good. I was hoping that would happen. I'm glad you're here to watch as well. Makes me feel good. Back in October when I was starting this channel, whose idea was it for the no swearing rule? Yeah? Is it too late to scrap that? I've got some expletives saved up. I mean, I just want to sit here and suck my teeth and cry a little bit. They're going to score again, aren't they? We're going to lose this football match. Egito with a last-ditch save, and they've still got the chance to score. And if they do, I might just cry on the internet, and that is not going to do anything for my street cred. And I'm all about my street cred. My homies will never forgive me if I cry on camera, but here it comes because they're in. And hope, was that the final whistle? I mean, a draw's not good enough. Just not good enough. We were in the lead twice in that game. We had another goal disallowed. I guess they were favourites, but I'm worried. We're in the relegation zone. We're playing MK Dons next. That's not going to be an easy game, is it? Right, next time you're with me, we're going to play another chunk of games. And the next time you're going to be with me is for the Harrogate and Boston games, because we know about Harrogate from last year. Notice I've said it both ways there, because comments on the previous episode, inconclusive. Playing them because we played them last season, so it'll be a good indication of where we are in comparison to them. In fact, how have they got on in the National League since coming out? They're probably third or something ridiculous. Just outside the playoffs. Of course they are. And then we're going to play Boston, my dad's old club, and they are top of the league. So yeah, if you're waiting for a win, it's probably not going to come in the next episode either, unless we figure out a tactic. Look how long it's been since we've had a bit of green. August, and it's now October. We need to figure something out here. If you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure you pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. And thank you very much for watching.